Well, hello there, beautiful people. This is Christine, your DIY craftaholic. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning, and if you are new, welcome to you as well. This video is a part of the fall look of the hook playlist, and I'll talk a little bit more about that further on, but I'm sharing 4 boho designs. So let's jump in. So I'm using canvases that I picked up from Dollar Tree, and I will be making 2 in this one project, and this is 8 by 10, and I mixed my paints. I'm using these 2 to give me that color, and these 2 to give me that color, and that to give me that. Now I didn't realize I wasn't filming when I started, but what I did, I took the pencil and just drew out the design, and then I'm using I'm painting the larger section with the 2 paints that I mixed, which was the yellow and the brown. And I gave this 2 good coats, and you have to stroke your brush in the same direction. And then here I'm just going in with the teal. I believe this is teal. And I do like to paint, guys. I don't do it often, but I do like to paint. And I found this to be very therapeutic. And I'm working on 2 canvases at the same time, kind of mirroring the image onto the next, and I'll show you that in a little bit. And then for the last panel, I used the orange and the brown that I mixed together. Or it could have been the yellow and the brown, I don't remember. So I was all done, and here I'm showing you the other one that I did. And then I took a pumpkin and traced that out, and then kind of just figured where I needed to put my pegs. Not sure if that's the right word, but that's what I'm calling it. And I did not go all the way down to touch the paint lines. I left like about a small amount because I didn't want it touching. And I'm lightly tracing, not too heavy with the pencil. And then what was left of the paint, I am now going to paint the pumpkin. And for the middle, what I did, I mixed a little of elephant gray with the teal that was left, just so it doesn't look like the teal that's below there. Wanted it to have like a different shade. And when that dried, I took this puffy paint that I got from Walmart, and I'm filling in the space between each sections. And then I dry that. You have to let this dry properly because you don't want to smudge your paint. And then when you're done, of course, you need to sign your project because it's your artwork, right? So that's what I did. Now to give the top of the pumpkin further embellishment, I took some raffia, and because it was very stiff, I'm kind of softening it a little. You can soak this. I didn't want to do that at this time, didn't have the time to do that, but I just rubbed it in my fingers to soften it up. And I'm making a little tailless bow. First I glued it on as is, but then I realized that no, I needed to wrap a piece of jute around it. So off camera, I removed that, and I did the same thing for both. Wrap the jute around the middle, and then I glued them on. And then when that dried, I flipped it over now, and I'm just adding a little piece of jute for hanging. Now, if you have wall hooks, you can add that. I know I do have some, but I could not go look for that at this time, so I'm just adding the jute, a temporary measure. Now this is fall look of the hook, being hosted by myself, my sweet friend Jackie, and sweet friend CeeJ, and sweet friend La Parsha as our guest host. Now we were challenged to pick a style and decorate a space to your taste. And as you are aware, my style was boho. But I can't wait to see what the other ladies have done and all the other creators on this playlist. Make sure to check them out. I will pin the playlist in my description box as well as under the video in my comments. Now we're jumping into DIY number 2. So I'm taking this wood decor acorn from Dollar Tree, and this paint is Oops paint from Lowe's, and as you notice it's the same color as the board, so I only gave it one coat. And then I took the pencil and I just traced out the top of the acorn and stained that with the Waverly Antique Wax. I brushed it on and then used the baby wipe to just wipe that off. So if you are new to my channel or coming over from the playlist, welcome. I'm so happy you joined me today. Here on my channel, I do DIYs on a budget, dupes, look for less, and some occasional Dollar Tree shopping hauls and thrift flips. If you love budget-friendly DIYs like these and you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing and be sure to hit that notification bell. Hit it again and select all so YouTube notifies you whenever I upload new videos. And now it's all dried. This is from the Dollar Tree. And this is boho, and it has 4 pieces decal on both sides, but of course you know me. So for the other side, this is a napkin I got from the Christmas tree shop last year, and guys, they are going out of business, so now is a good time to go check them out for some good deals. I haven't been there in a while. So I'm just using the heat press to press out the folds, and then I took a paintbrush and I'm doing the water technique to tear that, and that's just to give me jagged edges. You could use the scissors to cut that out. Now I like the buffalo check at the bottom there, but I decided I did not want it for this, so I'm just cutting away that part. I am removing the back layer. You want to make sure you do that. And then here I'm using the Mod Podge. Now I don't know why I didn't just stick with putting on the napkin first, but I thought that since I'm using Mod Podge, I'll just go ahead and Mod Podge everything. But you don't want to do that, because when you're putting down your parchment paper to reactivate the Mod Podge, then you don't want to catch the area that you just Mod Podged where there's no napkin. So don't do this, guys. Just work with the napkin first, and then afterwards you can Mod Podge everything. And then I place the napkin over it. Just use a brush to smooth it out before I apply the parchment paper and the heat press. And this is where I said you want to just focus on the area that you're working on when you're putting down the Mod Podge, because if you're not careful enough, you're gonna press the parchment paper on the section where you just Mod Podged that has no napkin. Isn't this napkin beautiful? I love it. Now when I was done, I'm now going over with another layer of the Mod Podge, and I'm not putting on too much because I don't want the napkin to bubble. Use the heat gun to seal it. And now that's done, I apply the Mod Podge to the top part to seal everything in. Now I got this rope from Temu, and I'm using that to just border or separate the top part of my acorn, just for embellishment. This is not necessary if you don't have rope. You can use the jute cord if you want to, but I decided to go in with the rope. And for the boho side, I just stopped right there where the picture stopped, and for the other side I went right across. Now this mesh ribbon is from Dollar Tree. I thought this side needed some embellishment, so I'm just making a little bow. I cut a piece, wrap the jute around the middle, and then I had some fall scatters in my stash from Dollar Tree. I'm gonna apply those with some hot glue and then glue the bow on top of it. And then took another small jute bow, trimmed down the ends, and glued that on top of the mesh bow. I just added the string back on here for hanging, and my little acorn double-sided door tag hanging wall decor is done. Well, of course, you know you have to burn off the fuzzies to give it a finished look. And now we're on to DIY number 3. Now these guys, this is not my original inspiration. I saw this on Pinterest, and I'll be using these plastic eggs that I had in my stash from Easter last year to make acorn. So because this is shiny, you have to apply some Mod Podge to tone down the sheen so you can apply your paint. Now the next thing I did, I put a piece of tape at the bottom of the egg so it can stand, and I gave it 3 coats of Waverly celery, allowing each coat to dry properly. And I'm showing you all of this painting because I know it's difficult to paint on plastic. So now we're all done with them. I made these, and I actually did about 6 of them, but I'm only going to be showing you how I did 1. So now I'm ready to add the jute, but before I did that, I picked up this piece of stem from outside, and I'm just trimming that down because that's going to be the stems. And now I'm ready. So I'm taking the hot glue and I'm using that to pierce a hole in the bottom of the egg. Then once I put that in, glue that in, I'm now wrapping the jute around here, and you're gluing as you go along and wrapping it as close as possible, because you notice this part I did not paint. Didn't make sense to paint it if I'm going to be applying the jute on it. You want to wrap it close so it's not showing when you're done. And when I was done, these two, I'm showing you how I made them. And then after that, I just took the lighter and burn off the fuzzies. And you'll see more of those in the final reveal. And here we are, guys, at the final reveal. Now let me know which one of these was your favorite. As you know, I'm a double-sided reversible girl, so I love this one. But I also love my paintings because they are mine, they are original, right? And I love painting on canvas. To see more of how I paint on canvas, you can watch this video. I'll pin that one at the top. You can check that out. Here are my little acorns. I will link the video or the creator that I saw on Pinterest in my description box, so you can check that out for yourself. But let me know, guys, what you think, and I thank Jackie and CeeJ for joining me for this challenge, and for LaParsha for agreeing to be our guest host. I love working with these ladies. And if you love budget-friendly content like this one and you have not yet subscribed, please go ahead and do so before you leave, and make sure to hit that notification bell. Hit it again and select all so you'll be notified whenever I upload. And to keep watching, I suggest this video right here or this playlist. And stay safe, my friends. Until next time. Bye.